So, do you have a Medicare Advantage plan? Already making copays? Already have co-insurance payments coming out of your pocket? Well, in today's video, we're going to show you how you can eliminate those expenses. Also, be sure to watch till the end of the video where I'm going to sit there and tell you about one of the biggest financial exposures that most Medicare Advantage companies don't want you to really fully understand. Here we're going to take a look on this slide. We're going to have our predominant areas of concern that most of our clients have when it comes to owning a Medicare Advantage plan. The biggest thing right out of the gate is hospital copays. So if you have to go into the hospital as an inpatient, each night you spend in that hospital, you've got to make a copay. Now, the average right now is between $250 to $350 per day, and that can be up to 7 days. That means if the average is around $300 a day, you spend one night, you're going to pay $300 in a copay. 2 nights, you're up to $600, 3 nights up to $900. You get the idea. Ambulance copay. This is per trip. So whether it be from your home to the hospital or from your hospital to, say, a skilled nursing facility, each of those count as a separate trip. And those range between $200 to $300 per trip. Skilled nursing facility. This is going to depend on your plan, because all plans typically will sit there and have their own particular wording that they're going to want to use. So what that means is that you could sit there and have your first 20 days covered with your plan, but from days 21 to say 60, they say, okay, you're going to have to now cost share with us, and you're going to make a $200 per day copayment. So 40 days, guess what? That's a lot of money at $200 a day. Last thing, one of our biggest exposures that people complain about is outpatient surgery copay. Because this isn't being done in a hospital, this is being done in a surgical center. When you have a service performed, it's a flat copay you're going to make there. A lot of times we're seeing those right around about $300. So that's a flat amount, but it's still $300 that has to come out of your pocket. In this slide, we're going to go ahead and take a look at a case study. And the case study is going to be for a 65-year-old who wants to get rid of their biggest area of concern, which is hospital copays. Now, how can this be done? We're going to use what's called a hospital indemnity plan. And the great thing about a hospital indemnity plan is we can sit there and we can make it exactly the way you need it to be to work with your plan. So in this case study, what we're going to take a look at is we're going to say that the cost in your plan is $300 per day in the hospital for up to 7 days. So by taking that at 65 years old, we can get that individual a hospital indemnity plan for right around $24 a month that will eliminate $300 per day for 7 days straight in the hospital. The good news is that if you were to come out of the hospital in the same year and go back into the hospital again, say 100 days later, we're not out of benefits. They restore. So we're going to have that $300 a day for 7 days again, still at only $24 a month. Now, what if that person also said, you know what, I want to eliminate ambulance charges? Great. We're going to take the average here between $200 to $300, and we're going to say it's $250. At 65 years old, with that hospital indemnity plan, I can sit there and add a rider onto that that's going to cost me about $1.60 a month, or about 5 cents a day, and that's going to eliminate $250 per trip. Great news is, now I'm only sitting there and worrying about paying $25.60 a month, and that's a set amount. Now, here though, I have to worry about how am I going to sit there and pay for this? Because if I go for 7 days in the hospital and I also have 2 trips in the ambulance, well, I'm at $2,600. Now, how did I come up with that? Well, 7 days in the hospital at $300 a day is going to be $2,100 plus 2 trips at $250. That's another $500. That is $2,600 right there out of my pocket. And that could be in 1 month. So what would I rather have to sit there and worry about? $2,600 in 1 month or $25.60 in 1 month? As promised, now I'm going to tell you about one of the biggest financial exposures that most Medicare Advantage carriers really don't want you to fully understand, and that is the treatment of cancer. On average, cancer treatment usually runs anywhere from 10 to 12 months, and the average cost for a chemotherapy treatment runs anywhere from $1,000 a month to as much as $12,000 a month. And with most Medicare Advantage plans, they want you to cost share about 50% of that. So you're looking at around anywhere from $500 to $6,000 a month. What we're going to do though, in this example, we're going to sit there and say that the cost is around $3,000 a month. My biggest question that I always ask people is, what month do people typically get cancer in? Well, it's a joke because there really is no particular month. So in this particular case study, we're going to say that the person got cancer in the month of June, and then in July started their treatment. So at 50% coinsurance and using $3,000, that is going to be $1,500 per month that person is going to be on the hook for, because the Medicare Advantage companies will cover the other $1,500. So we have 5 months left in the year, starting, like I said, in July, going all the way through December. That's going to be $7,500. Now, that is, for most plans, that is the current maximum out of pocket. But remember, we've only done 5 months of our treatment. Now with that, that means we still have 5 more months left. So starting in January, we still have 5 more months of treatment, and we start a whole brand new calendar year, which means is we're starting our maximum out of pocket again. So starting, say, next year, 2023, we once again are going to have $1,500 a month, 5 months left on our treatment. That means we've got another $7,500 coming out of our pocket. So even though most Medicare Advantage companies will sit there and tell you, hey, your maximum out of pocket for the year is going to be $7,500. Well, that's for a calendar year. And because we've moved into a secondary calendar year, in less than 12 months, we now are dealing with $15,000 out of pocket. So how do we get rid of this $15,000 exposure? Well, it's actually pretty simple. That hospital indemnity plan we were talking about earlier, we can add a rider to that pays a lump sum amount upon diagnosis of cancer. Now, how much is that going to cost? Well, for that rider, we're usually looking around, for a 65-year-old, around $20 a month. So for 12 months, 1 year, that's going to cost us $240. And once again, that's for a $15,000 lump sum payout that's going to wipe out this $15,000 in expenses. So the question you really have to ask yourself is, what would you rather have your exposure be in 1 year? $240 or $15,000? If you found this video to be helpful, please be sure to click on the like button and share it with friends and family. Senior Benefit Services is licensed in just about every state, and there is never a charge for our advisors to help you with any of your insurance needs. Enjoy our educational videos here. Visit our website by clicking the link in the description, or to get started today, just give us a call at 800-924-4727.